Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fatir with student number 204 001 24 054 from class PBIB, and this time I will explain about the task, the key concept of morphology. Okay, I will answer. The first is the question and the second is the answer. Okay, so I will go to the question number 1. Question number 1 is, what is morphology and how does it bridge the gap between sound and meaning in language? So what I know about the number 1, morphology is that morphology explains how sounds are arranged into morphemes. Then the morphemes are combined to form meaningful words. So morphology connects sound form with the meaning or function of word in language. Example is rain, verb prefix plus rain root. The sound running form one meaning, carry out running activities. Okay, number second, how did the field of morphology evolve from the classical language studies to the modern linguistic theories? Okay, the development of morphology from classical language to modern linguistics can be briefly explained as follows. Okay, A. Classical traditional language. B. Structural linguistics, early 20th century. C. Generative linguistics, 1950 generation onwards. And D. Modern contemporary morphology. So morphology developed from the study of word formed in classical grammarly into a modern scientific field that explains the structures, meaning, and process of word formation in the human language system. Okay, number 3. Why is morphological knowledge important for English language teacher, especially in terms of vocabulary interaction and error connection? Okay, I will explain. Of course, because knowledge of morphology is essential of English teachers because it enables them to teach vocabulary more systematically and effectively. By understanding morphology, the study of how are informed teachers effectively. By understanding morphology, the study of how words are formed, teachers can A. Unscramble new word. B. Teaching word families. And C. Improve understanding. Okay, number 4. What is the difference between free morphemes and bound morphemes? And can you give example of each? So the answer is free morphemes can stand alone as meaningful words, while bound morphemes cannot. Free morphemes. A free morphem is the smallest unit that has meaning and can be used as single word. Example: house, eat, and big. Bound morphemes. A bound morphemes is a unit that also has meaning but must be attached to another from a word. These morphemes are usually affixes. Example: me in the word cooking and the word food. Okay. Number 5. And the last question. How did morphological introduction help students in case studies present, particularly in terms of vocabulary acquisition and grammatical accuracy? Based on a case study not include, teaching morphology helps students improve vocabulary acquisition and grammatical accuracy in two main ways. 1. Vocabulary enhancement. Teaching morphology allows students to break down unfamiliar words into small parts, morphemes. By understanding the meaning of roots, prefixes, and suffixes, students can make accurate guesses about the overall meaning of words. This shifts the vocabulary learning process from mere memorization to logical reasoning. 2. Improve grammatical accuracy. Morphology also plays a crucial role in grammar by teaching bound morphemes that indicate grammatical function, such as past tense, plural, or adjectives. Teachers can help students use words more accurately. Okay, maybe just this from me. Thank you very much for your kind attention. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.